Hey, it's great to be back with Saturday Night Live and happy holidays. You know, I had a incredibly dysfunctional family growing up where we would have the police called on us every Christmas because there'd be arguing and screaming and throwing a plate. So I learned some great ways to deal with the holidays, to even have my family get along without getting stressed. So I want to give a few practical tips that might serve you during your holiday season. Hopefully, it will be pleasant. But one way of making your family get along better is to bring up really good questions. A question like, what's been your favorite movie you've seen in the last couple of years? I'm looking for a good movie that's going to be touching. What have you loved? People love talking about their favorite movies. And rather than talking about politics or COVID or all the stuff that gets us stressed out, this is a way that everybody can be brought together. Everybody has something to say, and you learn about some great movies. So that's a great question you might bring up. Another question that I really love is, have you ever experienced anything that you couldn't explain, like a psychic experience or some kind of miracle? And if so, what happened? People love talking about this stuff. And 70 to 80% of Americans and people around the world have had some kind of experience they couldn't explain. And when people talk about this stuff, it kind of creates a sacred atmosphere. And we got to remember the holidays were at least one time about, spirituality and love and connection. So talking about these things is really useful. One time I asked my dad about this, and to my surprise, he had these experiences. And, he was always wondering why I was doing spiritual practices. And at the end of him talking about an amazing psychic experience, he said, there's more than meets the eye going on, Jonathan. I have you ever thought about that? And I kind of smiled because, of course, I've spent a lot of time doing that. So a really good question can bring your family together. Another thing you got to do is really take care of yourself. When my family was arguing and screaming at each other, I would just go to the bathroom and I would, meditate for 3 minutes. Nobody's going to interrupt you in the bathroom. And that really helped keep my sanity during a time where things got a little crazy. Or going for a walk. Also, everybody loves the family dog or the family cat. And just talking about them and petting them can be like an anchor that helps you to feel, that unconditional love that we sometimes get from our pets. And, if you have some quick way of dealing with stress, during the holidays is a good time to practice it, because the world will give you a lot of practice. Our family will give us a lot of practice. And, it might be just taking 5 deep breaths. It might be something I do is I play some music and I dance around, or go for a walk, whatever works for you. It might even be like a warm shower or a bath. But it's really important. A lot of people get sick during the holidays because they're eating, a lot of junk and spending time around family. And the more you take care of yourself and ask people, what are you doing to take care of yourself? That's a way to give back to your family and help them to realize, in this time where there's COVID and a lot of other stuff going on, people really need to take on the challenge of taking care of their health and taking care of their mental health, which is a big part of physical health. I'm going to give you one more question that I like. And I originally presented this on the Oprah show, and she devoted a whole show to it. And it was, what is the most important thing you have learned about love? We don't talk about love a lot, but we all know it's really key to being human and really key to what's important in life. And everybody has their opinion. When we have our opinions about politics or vaccines, that just separates us. But really, we're all very connected. We're 99.99% identical genetically to each other. So when people talk about love, which is like the deepest, most sacred part of us, and they share what they've learned, it can create a really connected, beautiful shared experience with family members who you might have been arguing with for the last 20 years. So here are some, great things to learn and to try out. I'm a big believer in really good questions like this. If you want a list of my 12 favorite questions for finding instant intimacy, you can go to my website, findinghappiness.com, and put in your email, and you'll get the 12 favorite questions for finding instant intimacy. And you can bring that sheet to your family and just ask anybody any of those questions and immediately have a great conversation. So be sure and take care of yourself, have fun. Remember, the holiday seasons are really about joy and connection, and you might be the key person that can create that beautiful experience amongst your family and friends. Best of luck to you.